Hello, and welcome to the 5th video in this LeetCode and C# series. In this video, we're going to be looking at the challenge called Longest Palindromic Substring. So let's switch over to our web browser here, and let's get started. So the challenge is, given a string S, return the longest palindromic substring. So, string, you're going through it. So start here and you go through, and you would check, you would add one letter. Is it a palindrome? No. If you add one, is a palindrome? Yes. No, no. Okay, longest is this, BAB. So the first thought of how to do this would be just 2 for loops, but that's not going to be very efficient. So what would be the best way to do that? May as well do that. So we'll start with string longest palindrome equals nothing, return longest palindrome for int I equals 0, I is less than s dot length I plus plus. Then we'll just do another one for int j equals I plus 1. J is less than, this needs to be less than -1. Now this one is s dot length j plus plus. So we'll have a string here called current string si. So that we're going to do current string plus equals sj if current string dot length greater than longest palindrome dot length. We will then do the check, which would be if current string dot length modulus 2 equals 0. Okay, I'm sure there's some easy way to reverse string. Maybe there's a method that we can use. Okay, well, this looks like what we want, so I'm just gonna grab that, chuck it into here. So put that down here. So you get the string input, convert it to a character array. You have the string that you're going to be returning, which is reversed. You iterate through the character array from last to first, and you just build a string like that. Okay, it's nice and straightforward. Would have been very easy to make, but for things like this, it's just, may as well just copy code like that. So if it's, so for modulus 2, you then do if current string, then current string dot length divided by go 0 to current string divided by 2. Okay, so if it's say it's length 4 divided by 2, that makes it 2. But you want, okay, divided by 2 minus 1 equals reverse current string then you do current string divided by 2, remove the -1 up to the end there. So if that's true, then longest palindrome equals current string. But if it's false, I'll just grab this and we can figure out the math for it. So if you do divide it by 2, you'll make it 2.5, but then I'll go to number 2. So then you'll keep it at -1. Then I think you would do +1 here. Because, oops, because it's an int, and you'd be 5, go to 2.5, but then it'll go back down to 2. So then you -1, so you get 0, 1. And if it goes down to 2, which if it's a string of 5, you don't want that, so then you go +1, and it'll go to 5. That's right, you want to do -1s for these. I think that might be all you need for just a basic implementation, but let's just run and see how it goes. Classic forgetting the semicolon. And also line 27. Okay, yep. Cannot implicitly convert type char to string in line 6. Okay. Oh, okay. So would this work? No need substring. That's right. Still used to Python where you can just do stuff like that. Okay. Okay, there we go. Dot substring. And then dot substring here. Alright, then also the same thing here. I'm sure there's a prettier way of doing this, but I'm not going to worry about doing that at the moment. Okay, let's run. Alright, this is C#, we need to type string, not str. Okay, let's go. Not convert type char to string. I thought you would be able to do that. Okay, there's just a toString method. That makes it nice and easy. Would have thought you'd be able to cast it, but guess not. Okay, now let's give it a go. Oh, 2 semicolons. Okay, what's the error here? Index length must refer to a position within the string. That's right, it's length, not indexes. So first one's index, second one's length. So you want 0. Okay, so you have 0, then I'm not exactly sure how the length works for substring. So it could be that the number is like the proper length instead of like using index numbers. Okay, actually based on this you can just do the last position and have it go all the way up to there. Okay, so it's using the index of a location for where you want to stop at. So let's quickly fix some of this. So the last substring's the reverse one. We can remove the second parameter. So for this, I think we don't need to do minus. Keep it as it is. I'm going to do that. So 0, we don't need to do minus. I think that should work. Okay, cool, that did work. So babad, bab, c, bbd, bb. Let's create another test just in case. Let's say a, c, 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 d. C, 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 A. Let's see how that goes. Yep. Okay, that works. So because it'd be fine to submit, which we will do, but because it's just two for loops like this, it's going to be very inefficient, but let's give it a shot anyway and see how it goes. Interesting, didn't work at all. Or for this one it didn't. I guess we could do just a default case where like this. Yeah, that's probably the best idea to do. So let's just submit that. Okay, time limit exceeded. Yep. Okay, with a string input like that, these two for loops definitely would not work. Okay, so we actually have to do the more efficient way. So let's figure out how we do this. So when we're past the halfway point, do a check to see if it is still kind of palindrome. So let's say you have a 6-digit number. You go 0, 1, 2. Then on the second one, you can just look, does the character in 3 equal the 1 and 2? Yes, continue. No, break out of this loop. Then you carry on like that. That's what you can do when you reach a certain length. So that's what we'll do. We'll do the check in here, in both of these. You have to check it a different way. If s.length minus I. Okay, let's go back to the example 6. So let's say I equals 2. So you have 6, you go 1, 0, 1, 2. Oh, better, I equals 1. Yep, so 0, 1. You want to start doing this check when it's 2, 3, 4. No. You want to be starting to do that check on 3. No, because you can have it like... This is difficult to figure out. And there'll be cases where it's not palindrome when it's even, but it is when it's odd. Because you can ignore the middle number. I need to figure out the math for this. We'll take it outside of this. We'll go up here. If... No. We'll keep it in here. When is that we want to stop? I can't think of exactly when you want it to stop. Let's create a int s length equals s dot length minus I. I don't think I need to actually record this number. Oh no. So if we go here, okay, I think I might have it. So if j minus I is greater or equal to s length, if sj does not equal sj minus 1, then we can break from it. I think that's how you'll do it. Then we need to do another one for here, for odd. And this number would be sj, then sj minus 2. Let's run this and see if it works. The test numbers. Okay, so that still worked, and the runtime was much less. Okay, that might be the solution. I'm still exceeded. Okay, so what else can be done to solve this? Let's grab this and put it into our test case. Let's take a chunk out of this and see if that does anything. Well, it worked that time. So what is it about that which it didn't like? Okay, what other improvements can be made to this? Maybe the issue's with the reverse. Maybe I don't need a reverse and I can just use this check, and then when it's false I can go back and use that. We need to do some math to figure out how far away from the middle it is, because if you've got a large string, if you're halfway through you can check these three here, but if you add another string you have to go back and go back like this. So that's the issue. So what we'll do is minus current string. Wait, why am I doing j minus I? I can just use the current string. Let's create a variable for that, so we don't have to keep reusing it. I think this might be the math for it. So it ends up expanding it, and then this one will be plus. Then need to do the same thing down there, which will be great. Let's take a look at what this actually was before. So we've got S, and it's J. So this is the one on the right. So this one should be plus that. This one will be minus. Then we'll do the same thing down here. Make sure to add the 2 back to this. So minus 2. Let's run this and see if that works correctly. There's a check missing somewhere which allowed for this A to get added. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. So that's even. So what's wrong with this? I've realised this doesn't work at all. Everything I've done is incorrect. Because when you're performing this check, the numbers won't always match up, I don't think. You do have to go back and check it all. Well, I'm gonna create a new function, probably get rid of this reverse one. So we are going to do a check for going to do this check, but instead of reversing it, we're just going to have the string, split it into half, then use the indexes to do that. So instead of reversing the whole thing, we can just do it like that. I'm just going to copy this into here and then clean it up, so that's fine. We need this for index equals 0, index less than input dot length divided by 2, index plus plus. Yep, that's fine. If input index does not equal input dot length -1 minus index, we return false. So if you start at 0, you've got a string of 6, 0, so its index is 0 to 5, 0, index 6, -1, 5, -0, 5, 1, length 6, 5, then I'll take it to 4, you got 2, okay, I'm pretty sure that will work for even. Then do the same thing here, but the check for this will have to be different. Actually, I think it's the exact same, no matter what. Oh, let's... Might be easier than I thought. I think we can actually get rid of all this if statement stuff and just do if palindrome check current string this is where we do this, and I'm just gonna just continue it and see if that works. Ah, forgot the int. Okay, that definitely didn't go as expected. Probably something wrong with the math. Pretty sure this won't work, but I'm just gonna see if that does anything. More than likely, when it's 0, we'll do. Yep, that's what I thought. Just want to run again, just in case that was affecting it anyway. Yep. Okay, still not working. Yep. I would have thought it would just stop doing this part though. Oh, I know why. It's because it is actually another check I can do to make things faster. If the length of this is less than the length of this, don't need to do anything. If it's less than or equal to, just continue. Okay, I had a feeling that was the problem. What I was doing was getting to the very end right here. It's getting to like I, whatever this one is, and doing this, and then it was failing. think there's another improvement that can be made. If s dot length minus I is less than this dot length, you can just end it. Okay, well this time it decreased by quite a lot. You know what? Time to delete all this. And you know what? I'm going to get rid of this function as well. I'm just going to put this here. So we've got current string, change inputs to this, and we'll just do a continue. Otherwise, it is. And get rid of this mess here. Let's do another test, see if that increased speed. I don't think it will, but whatever. Okay, now everything's wrong. Okay, fair enough. That should have fixed the problem. So I was thinking it was breaking out of not this one, but the one outside of there. Okay, that worked. Let's submit and see if that actually is finally working. Speed it up enough that the other ones work. Oh, finally. Okay, well it's pretty slow, but hey, it did it. Took a while, but we finally got there. Oh, well, anyway, that was the 5th challenge in LeetCode called Longest Palindromic Substring. From now on, the code I write will be in a GitHub repository, which you can find in the description below. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos that are added to this LeetCode in C# series.